today with Kyle Bryans, who will soon be graduating from SUNY Plattsburgh. Kyle, what are some tips you think every incoming college freshman should know?
Well, I think there's a lot that college freshmen would need to know because it's kind of entering a whole new world than what you're basically used to.
What would you say are some of the more difficult aspects of transitioning from high school to college?
Transitioning from high school to college is very difficult, and I would definitely say the workload is a lot different from high school to college. And I also think transitioning that mindset from your high school mindset to the college mindset does take a toll on a lot of students. In high school, you really have a lot of things taken care of for you, and I don't think a lot of students realize that until they go to college. You always have your teachers on your case to get to class, get your assignments in, always helping you along the way. In college, it's a lot more personal responsibility. If you don't want to show up to class, you don't have to show up to class. They're not going to contact your parents. They're not going to be on your case to get back to class. They're just going to mark you absent, and if you fail to meet the attendance policy, it'll hurt your grade. If you're struggling in a class, it's up to you to find a tutor. It's up to you to make sure that you do what you need to do in college versus high school, where if you're struggling, they will help you a little bit more.
And do you think that your high school experience prepared you well enough for college?
I think it did. I think coming to the New Visions program really did help me along the way, having more college experience than a lot of my peers going in. My high school did do a good job preparing me, but I know the New Visions program really did give me a leg up.
Do you have any strategies for making friends at college?
The best way to make friends is try a little bit of everything. I always tell a lot of freshmen coming in that your first semester, just try something you never would have expected to try before. Even if you don't like it, you don't have to go back. But every time that I go try something new, I always meet some of the best people. And I've made so many new friends by just going to different things and taking advantage of opportunities on campus. So that's really, and then you just meet people and friendships just happen naturally.
What are some of the challenges to sharing a dorm room, sharing a bathroom with other people?
That can be a pretty big culture shock for some freshmen coming in because some of you have not shared a room ever. It's mostly a lot smaller than you'd expect, and you're both coming in with pretty much your entire lives trying to pack it into half a shoebox. Just be courteous of the other person. Get to know them a little bit better. Eat meals with them. Go to events with them. Get to know them the best you can, because when you're being paired up with a complete stranger, it can be very difficult. Bathroom situation, that's going to happen your entire 4 years of college. You kind of just have to live with it. You kind of just got to be, like I said, courteous as you can, clean as you can, wear shower shoes. That's going to be a big thing. It's going to be a struggle at first, but eventually you will get comfortable and you will be able to actually have a lot of fun, because having a college roommate is one of the best experiences I've had.
Are there any tips you have to stay motivated and manage the college workload?
I always made sure that every week I had at least one thing that I looked forward to. And it didn't have to be on the weekend. It could have been on a Thursday. I could, you know what? I'm going to go see a movie on Thursday. So that gave me motivation, like, okay, I'm going to get this done, this done, this done, and then I have all this free time so I can go see a movie, go do this event, go do that event. So I would just make sure I had one thing to look forward to, and that kept me motivated throughout the week. And so a lot of very stressful long weeks made them go by a little easier.
Do you think that sometimes a lot of freshmen drop out because they're just having the first year because they're having difficulty with the workload, with motivating themselves?
I actually see a lot of freshmen drop out mostly because they can't handle both the academic and the social ends of college. I see a lot of freshmen going out and maybe partying a little too much, going out and just skipping classes and not doing their work, and then they find themselves academically on probation, and then they end up having to drop out. It can be a struggle for some students who just not had that level of freedom before to manage that level of freedom. Go to class. It sounds very redundant. Going to class is the best thing you can do, because even if you don't take any notes, even if you're completely out of it, you get more out of it than if you stayed home. Managing the party scene or managing the social aspect, I like to probably refer to it a little better, you gotta keep everything in check. You gotta make sure that everything is in order, because that is your job when you're in school. Your job as a student. You have to handle your job first, and then you can go have fun afterwards.
do you think you've changed as a person just through your 4 years of college?
I think I have grown, not only as a student, but as a better person. I think meeting so many different people from so many different backgrounds that I wouldn't have gotten if I had stayed home has really changed me for the better.
And do you have any final advice that you wish somebody had given you before you departed to college?
It's okay to mess up. It's okay to have something go wrong, because when you transition from high school to college, the workload's going to be a little more difficult. If you had straight A's in high school, getting maybe a C or even failing an exam may be very, very traumatic. I've seen it countless times from some of my peers. It's okay to fail. It's okay to do something and go, you know what, that wasn't for me. Try everything, even if you think you're going to fail, because that's how you learn and that's how you grow. I have failed so many times in the 5.5 years of college. I've switched majors. I have switched to 3 different schools. I've tried so many different things that some of them didn't work out. And if they had worked out, I probably wouldn't be sitting here. And I think I'm in a pretty good spot. So it's okay to fail, because everything will work out in the end.
That's very well put. Thank you very much for your time, Kyle, and thank you for watching.